Living Local presents Biz Buzz 413 with your host, Jill Munson.
And before we get started with today's episode of Biz Buzz 413, a couple quick thank you shout outs. Tiger Web Designs, thanks for making us look awesome on the World Wide Web. A thank you to my company, Pop More, confidence coaching and training done differently. And of course, a huge thank you to livinglocal413.org. Welcome in to another episode of Biz Buzz 413. I'm your host, Jill Munson. And yes, hopefully by now you know, this show is part of the Living Local 413 initiative, which was founded by my pal, Bill Cole. We have a mission to fuel local success through innovative strategies, meaningful connections, and accessible resources. And so what I wanted to do with Biz Buzz 413 is create a show where every episode we spotlight what is going on in the 413. And so today, I'm super excited to have my guests. But before I do, if you have an idea that you want to be on the show, you got to tell me. Because, you know, I'm good, but I'm not that good. So email me, send it over, carrier pigeon, whatever you want. The email is livinglocal413.org. /bizbuzz. And biz is one Z and then two Z's. So livinglocal413.org /BIZBUZZ. Okay? Email me. Let's get this going. All right, let's talk. I'm so excited. I have probably two of my bestest friends, which is really fun. I have from, and I'll give you your formal title, from the Young Professional Society of Greater Springfield. That would also be called YPS, because if I have to say Young Professional Society, we're going to eat up all our time saying Young Professional Society. So I have Kara Bombard, all hail the chief, our president, and Aiden McDonald, loyal board member of YPS. Welcome, guys.
Hello. Good morning.
Thanks for having us, Jill.
No problem. Now, I understand that YPS, and I understand this very personally, is a passion project, a volunteer that feels like a full-time job.
Indeed it is.
But you guys have real jobs. And funny how that real job ended up landing you in the same place. And that was because of YPS and connections that were made.
It
but
was.
You both work for Visual Sound Productions, VSP. Kara, what's your title?
Sales and marketing manager.
And Aiden?
Creative director. No. Multimedia director. Director of multimedia? I don't know.
Aiden.
We're off to a good start.
Janitor and all things.
Janitor, bookkeeper, no.
Aiden, honestly, in my mind,
I got carpenter.
Carpenter.
I do like creative director, although that I don't think is actually the title anymore. But the reason I like that is because Aiden, in my experience of working with him, we work with him a lot with Chick Media, is you take my crazy crap that's up in my head.
So it's more of I'm more of a creative interpreter, right?
Yeah, and a therapist.
Right.
Yeah, part therapist. Right. Can you guys tell me, we're here, this is the first one I've ever done for Biz Buzz that's in person. Mm-hmm. It's a little intimidating, I'll tell you. It's like,
oh, you love it.
No, it's a little weird. Usually I have my pajamas on and I'm sitting in my office at home.
You do have your pajamas on. What are you talking about?
Ouch. Wow, and I put on my best sweatpants. So, jerk. Hey, so tell me, we're sitting in this like studio at VSP, at Visual Sound Productions, in your new building. Tell me a little bit about VSP and what you guys do.
Yeah, so we're a multi-op production company.
Are you sure? You don't even know your title.
Yeah, I really don't know. No. So we have 4 different divisions of the company. My division is the multimedia department, so we take care of all things photo and video, whether it's social media content or larger scale, TV productions or things of that nature. We've been doing a lot of like training content for companies, so that's been fun, and photography as well. And then we have our wedding division, so that's all things weddings. So with that, we're trying to be like a one-stop shop for people's wedding days. Right?
That makes a lot
and
of sense.
events. All events.
And events.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Weddings and events. Weddings and
Well,
events.
and I want to just throw in here, too, that VSP's owner is part of my family, my community, in terms of LGBT plus Q, LMNOZ, PLY, whatever the letters are these days. Mm-hmm. But, we're gay.
Proud chamber member.
But the reason I bring that up is I know when I got married, it was really scary because you're asking these vendors to be your vendor, and you're like, are they going to support this, or is it going to be that awkward conversation? And people think because we're Massachusetts that like, oh, it's, no guarantee. You definitely have even though, it has nothing to do with Nicole, the owner, being gay, but just you have such an inclusive mindset when it comes to all the events and in particular weddings you do. So, all right. So, okay, so we got 2 divisions. What's the third? The
third would be our AV division. So that's more so like corporate AV, so thinking conferences and hit me with some more sales and marketing manager.
Lighting, stage design, anything with the projection systems, how we're displaying people's presentations and giving a
not
good
saying,
feel.
Not saying, yes, could I have your presentation speaker being me, and then they put it up on the screen and the screen is the wrong size and or the slide, the thing doesn't, so that's why you hire a VSP. Yes. And what's the fourth?
Talent. So that one's kind of the baby of the company.
That's not you. You're not.
God, no. I can't even remember my title. Do you think I have any talent? No. So that's where we're representing different acts, from live musicians to public speakers to eventually, hopefully, comedians and bands. And
I met a couple really good comedians about a couple months back now. I got to hook you up.
Hook it up.
Yeah.
Send them my way.
Anyway, sales and marketing manager.
So yeah, the whole idea is all inclusive. So any for weddings, for instance, anything you need other than like food.
Or
can come
for
through
the
us.
significant other.
Right.
Like you can't give them.
Exactly. We're not.
Taken.
We haven't opened up
I don't
the
know.
mail order division.
Aiden met his significant other through VSP.
I did.
So we can do that too, apparently.
Oh, well, that's just weird. I mean, good. Congratulations. Who are you going to have DJ your wedding? No. Okay. So let's, because we got to talk about why we're here. But before we do that, the new building, where is it? And this building seems to me, when I sit here, like something that you want to advocate people coming in to visit, to use the podcast studio, to use the space that's available for video photography. But tell me a little bit more about where you guys are and what the intention of the building is.
So we are at 130 Union Street, right in the heart of downtown, semi across from the casino. Very easy to access, walkable from the casino parking if you're looking to get over here. And really, Nicole wanted to plant her roots here specifically to contribute to the positive change in downtown Springfield and make sure that we are here to support that positive change that's been happening and, see what we could use and how we share our resources with the community.
Yeah. And the building was a dump when you got it. I saw it before.
I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
No, it really was. It was just a hoard of stuff. I mean, there was so much stuff. Yeah. Like it wasn't like one specific type of thing. It was just everything. There was everything in this building. And when Nicole purchased it, it was, kind of like a gamble. Like we couldn't even see the floor.
Yeah.
So we had no idea.
Yeah.
So we finally closed on it, did the renovations, took about a year and a half, and then we moved in, and now it's great.
And so people like if somebody that's listening that's like, oh, I really would love headshots, but I don't have a park to go to, or I don't want to deal with the weather, or maybe they want to do a training video, or they're thinking about doing some audio stuff like their own podcast. Mm-hmm. Is that all accessible to the public?
Yeah, absolutely. They can go through the website and get some information on it, but we can host anything and everything here.
Cool.
So.
Well, that sounds, and they've got this really awesome kitchen, so you can do, if you're like a chef and you want to do like a little kitchen vignette or such. And the work is just incredible. Okay. Full disclosure, I love VSP, and that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about you. But let's talk about why we're here. Another passion project for every single one of us in this room, the Young Professional Society, YPS. Do not have to be under 40 to be a participant.
Absolutely not. Jinx.
Owe me a beer. No, literally, I was one of the original, however many years ago now, like 16, and that was our number one question. Like, oh, I'm over 40. I'm like,
still is.
Doesn't matter. And
yep.
And I applaud you guys. I applaud the current board and the boards that have come before you, because you took a vision that what I now call some of us old timers had years ago and kept it. I mean, that was, I think, always the biggest fear, was this was just going to, just fade away. And mm-hmm. you not only kept it, but you took what we built and you built upon it. And that brings us to a first, a very exciting first.
An inaugural.
Yes. Yeah. Want to tell them?
I do. Well, I want to tell the backstory first, because I think it's worth saying. I won't go into the most detail, but you and I, Jill, were on a trip to Maine. Mm-hmm. and you had gotten sick.
Really sick.
Really sick. And we needed to go home, and we were going home that day. But we live 10 minutes away from each other, so we drove together. And as you're hunched over in my front seat of my car,
Hugging my teddy bear.
hugging your teddy bear in your real pajamas that time, we were talking about YPS and all of the different connections that we had and things of that nature. And we were talking about events for YPS and how we can make it different and how we can do something that really hasn't been done in the way that we're going to do it. And the idea was to do a conference. Or a summit, or something of that nature. So we came up with the name, the YP Summit, which was initially a play on YPS. It was cute. I was really proud of that name, but then
Wait, hold on. You're the creative director, and that's what? No, just kidding.
it's pretty creative. If you saw the logo,
crushed his dream.
if you saw the logo, it worked really well. So we pitched to the board, everybody loved it, and now we're doing it. And then,
well, be careful what you wish. Like, I'm thinking to myself, man, why did I suggest this? No,
there have been those days.
No,
but Kara has done just a remarkable amount of work on this project. And yeah, we recently
Labor
changed
of
the
love.
name. We should probably get into the new name.
So what is okay? So drum roll.
Yes.
So the new name is the Up Next Summit. And that really, incorporates that feeling that, who are we supporting that is up next to take leadership in our community?
Okay.
What resources do they have to support their leadership journey as emerging leaders? And so we felt, that branding really kind of wrapped its arms around the something bigger that YPS has been trying to build and trying to support for a very long time. Our organization has just finished its very first strategic planning cycle, so we're very excited about that. But it's building on that feel that, YPS is more than just, drinking events after 5. That's not who we are. We do have the opportunity for people to connect, but we are more than that. And we want to make sure that our leaders feel supported and able to stay in this community and bring their talents and keep their talents in the greater Springfield region. So Up Next is really about, identifying those folks who are the emerging leaders and helping them to kind of break through and take hold of their leadership, hold their confidence in those leadership positions. And we're incredibly excited to have you, Jill, as our morning keynote speaker to really kick off that feeling of, embracing your confidence and everything that goes with that.
I expect you to open the morning with the story of us in the car.
You think?
I think so.
Should I replicate with my pajamas and my teddy bear?
Teddy bear has to come.
The part of the story that Aiden didn't tell you that, and I don't even know if Kara knows, is so we pull up in front of my house, and I'm literally I'm on death's door, no exaggeration. I had some kind of alien living in me. And we pull up, and there's all these I live in Springfield in the historic district, and it's a little curved, quiet area, and there's all these cars, and then Aiden's
there's a lot of cop cars there.
yeah, and why is there a podium? And we're like, huh? And then we stop in front of my house, and I'm gathering my stuff to slither out of his car. And what happens?
Mayor Sarno walked up to the back door of the car and sees Jill.
Jill!
In rare form.
I'm
says hello.
There was a press conference going on. It wasn't just the mayor came by to hang.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there was anyway.
Kind of a big deal.
It was unfortunate timing. But.
I'm definitely not a big deal. But thank you. And thank you. I did not suggest, we have to, this is Jill's disclaimer. I did not suggest a conference or, in this case, summit so I could keynote. And when I got the call and was asked if I would be the morning keynote, one of my questions was did I really earn this? Or does this feel being given to me because of guilt or whatever? And so thank you. I'm excited to take Pop Moore to the stage. I do the morning mingles for YPS, so I have these little opportunities, but I'm excited to get on the big stage. And since we're talking keynotes, well, let me, real quick, date and place, just so people can hear that now and start to put it in their noggin.
Thursday, October 16th at MGM Springfield.
Oh, that's a win. Mm-hmm. It's not even you're I thought the first conference would be the VFW or something, right? In the hole in the wall,
We're doing it right.
No potluck. I mean, this is
Well, we've got some generous partners who are happily supporting this effort.
That's amazing. And we'll shout them out coming up in part 2. Real quick, since we're talking keynote, I am blessed to be the morning keynote. You have a second keynote.
Yep. So our afternoon keynote is Michelle Worth from Mercedes-Benz Springfield, also Feel Good Shop Local. We're super excited to have her on board for this as well.
That is awesome. Wow. Pretty dynamic, opening and closing. I'm a little intimidated but at least I get to go first.
You just get yours out of the way.
Set the tone, no pressure.
It's like
just sets the tone for the whole day.
Nothing like the confidence coach shaking in her boots, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that's
You know, there's something to that, though, of seeing the confidence coach shaking in her boots and acknowledging that that's a real feeling everybody has and moving forward through that.
I love that. Every time I go on a stage, I have to pee. Every time. So
Once you get on stage or before you get on stage?
the whole time.
Nice.
So if you see me with dragging my catheter, no, just kidding. Old lady problems. Okay. So we are going to take a break because Bill hates this about me. I'm a little long-winded. I like to chit-chat. Yeah, what can you say?
Is that so?
Poor Aiden. We have to set 45 minutes at the end of something just so he can get in the car. Like he tells his girlfriend, like, "Yep, I'm with Jill," and she's like, "See you tomorrow." Sleeping over. So we're gonna come back with part 2. And what I want to dive into, if you're able, I'd love you to shout out a sponsor or two. I'd like you to share a little bit about what the day looks like, because people are considering, like, do I buy a ticket to this thing? Is it worth it? I mean, this is the first time. Are they going to be able to really, give me something of value? So I want you to jump into what the day is going to look like. Can we do that?
Yes, please.
All right. We'll be right back right here on Biz Buzz 413.